Shut up and sit down.
Nick,
What's up?
it's Wednesday.
Yep.
Favorite day of the week?
No,
It's time to get paid.
not yet.
Almost. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Third and a Mile, our Week 10 preview. I'm Timothy Chura here with Nick Kappas. Every Wednesday we sit down and break down these games, the whole weekend slate. Nick, before we jump into it, I want to tell everybody about our site where we get these lines from and where we get. Oh, this is open and slow. And where we place our bets for the weekend, actually. So, Nick, the people that are here, they're listening for some game picks and tips for this weekend of betting. Usually people tune in to figure out who we think will win or if they'll cover the spread or the over-under. Truth is, we really don't have the best ideas, but we have our best guesses at least. And if you're listening to this and you trust us or you think you know yourself, you've got to check out MyBookie. Remember, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. This is why we use MyBookie and personally recommend them to anyone looking to get into the gambling game. This website is our real best bet of the season. They've been around for years, are easy to use, and have all sorts of betting action available. In-game lines, spreads, live betting, even the ability to bet the over-under on fantasy points or yards or individual touchdowns for a player. Join MyBookie now, and with our promo code, they'll match your first deposit they'll match 50% of your first deposit up to $1,000. Head over to mybookie.ag, that's mybookie.ag, and enter promo code DORK when creating your account to take them up on this offer. Nick, when I say 50% of your initial deposit they'll match, what's that mean?
Well, that means if you put $200 in, they're gonna give you $100 back.
You love that. That's your Call of Duty here.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only math I can do.
All right, head over to mybookie.ag, use promo code DORK. You play, you win, you get paid. Don't miss out on this offer. Nick, you kill that line every time.
I try.
You know what else is going to get killed this weekend?
The Carolina
Or
Panthers.
I guess Thursday? Nope. Carolina Panthers at Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you feel about this? Right now the spread is at 4. The Panthers are getting 4 on the road, and the point total is at 52.
I like the Steelers to win and cover and go over.
You like the hot hand of Big Ben?
Yep. I think the Steelers are just too good for them.
And you got a little internal Cam Newton radar, so this is a...
Yeah, I don't like this for the Panthers. In Pittsburgh on Thursday night. This is a good Steelers team. They're really... They've sharpened up these last few weeks, and I think they're going to... And this is going to be a bad matchup for the Panthers.
Now, I'm personally worried about this being a look-ahead spot because the Steelers travel to Jacksonville next weekend. I know the Jags haven't been great, but that's still a huge game for them. You're not concerned with that at all?
No, they have plenty of time.
They got a week.
They got more. Not if they're playing them. Are they playing them next Thursday?
Okay, they got a week and 3 days.
Half.
I guess.
They've got plenty of time. They got more time than any other team. I think the last thing, if anything, they're more worried about coming off a short notice to play the Panthers.
I like the Panthers to win this game, and obviously I like them with the +4 here. Christian McCaffrey's been killing it. Norv Turner has this offense firing on all cylinders, and the Steelers' middle of their defense hasn't been the greatest, so I think we can see a lot of mismatches for McCaffrey out there in the passing and running game. I like the under on the 52 here. What did you say about the total?
I said over. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
It could be. These offenses have a lot of firepower.
Yeah, I mean, is there a time the Steelers in the last 3 or 4 weeks where they've put up less than 24 points?
I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but probably not.
Yeah,
James Conner's been on fire.
They're literally scoring on everyone. I think with James Conner going off, just playing as he normally does this year, that's already a lot for the Panthers to handle, and Big Ben's just going to open them up over the top with AB.
Did you see
Juju.
Did you see Love Bell posting all his upside down tweets?
Yeah.
How weird is that?
That's so Love Bell.
I don't know how you can get your tweets upside down, but I turned my phone upside down, read all of them, and he's really just calling haters out, I guess. I don't quite get it. Sunday we have the game of the century, Buffalo Bills at New York Jets. Sam Darnold isn't playing in this.
Yeah. We got the Josh McCown Jets.
I like the Jets more in this game now that Josh McCown's playing.
Even with Sam Darnold, I still like the Jets more.
The Jets are laying 6.5 in this at home, and the point total is at 36.5. Very low.
I'm going to go Jets on the money line, Bills to cover the spread. And what was the point total?
36.5.
I'm going to go
That's
over
so
point.
low.
I'm going to go over the point total.
I'll probably take the Jets to win this game. I might take them with the 6.5. I was on the line, like I was teetering back and forth here, but with Josh McCown starting, I mean, when he comes off the bench, he usually plays some solid football. The Bills aren't a great team, and Nathan Peterman is still starting here. If Josh Allen was starting, this is a different deal for me, but Nathan Peterman just hands the ball to every team he plays, and that worries me a little bit. I like the Jets with the touchdown lay here, and I'll probably, I don't know, I would go over on this point total just because it's so low, but I really have no clue.
Does Josh Allen have the most sprained elbow ever? Is there a reason
what if
why?
it's a bad case of tennis elbow, dude? Is that what tennis elbow is?
No.
What is it?
It's like something with the ligaments in your elbow.
Is it like a longer lasting thing?
Tennis elbow?
Yeah, is it like, does it last longer than a sprained elbow?
I don't know. Go ask a soccer mom. It's like a soccer mom
Want to be
injury.
like a tennis mom?
No, it's like a soccer mom injury.
Man, I guess. Weird analogy. The Atlanta Falcons at the Cleveland Browns. Right now, the Falcons are only laying 5 points on the road, and the total is at 50.5. I normally don't like home. I normally like to take home dogs, but the Browns are coming into this game with Christian Kirksey on injured reserve, EJ Gaines on injured reserve this week, and the Falcons have been absolutely red hot. And they picked up Bruce Irvin this weekend, or I guess this week, and that's a huge help for that defense. It's been pretty banged up. I like the Falcons -5, and I'll probably go over on 50.5.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with all that. I think the Falcons their offense is too good, and the Browns just don't have any way to stop that right now, especially with more guys out on IR.
And like we talked about yesterday, Matt Ryan is playing MVP level football. There's way too many other candidates to take that from him.
And they're in playoff scenarios already.
Yeah, this is do or die, and I can't imagine they're going to drop a game to Greg Williams and Freddie Kitchens. New Orleans Saints at Cincinnati Bengals. The Saints are currently laying 5.5 on the road, and the point total is at 54.
I don't see the Saints losing anytime soon.
Not to the Bengals either, right?
Yeah, Drew Brees is playing out of his mind. They can just switch up the plays so easily with how good their running backs are with Taysom Hill and Drew Brees. It's just, I don't think there's a way to slow down this offense, and that defense is, yeah, they played the Rams, and I guess you can say they played bad defense, but everybody plays bad defense against that Rams offense. So I expect that defense to come back, probably get a few turnovers and slow Cincinnati down. And you haven't really heard from Cincinnati since they started off hot.
No, I like the Saints even laying the 5.5. Cincinnati's defense can slow teams down at times, but I'm not going to bet on them doing that. And this is a Bengals offense that's coming into the game without A.J. Green. The only real takeaway I have here, if you're listening for the sake of the Bengals, Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon, great fantasy players here this weekend. I would definitely look to make moves on them in daily fantasy at the very least. With A.J. Green off the field, Joe Mixon's going to touch the ball way too much. He's going to get a lot of yards, probably a lot of catches. Tyler Boyd's going to be the number one guy there receiving. But yeah, I'll lay the 5.5 with the Saints, and I'll guess I'll lean under on the point total of 54. Washington Redskins at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right now the Bucs are laying 3 at home in this, and the point total is at 51.5.
I'm going to go under on this, and I like the Redskins to win and cover. Well, they're getting 3, so yeah. I trust the Redskins. I think Adrian Peterson's going to have a bounce-back game. You know, if he didn't run for 20 yards last week, he would be probably top 3 rushers in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think this is going to be another 100-yard day for him, and when he has a 100-yard game, it's hard to stop these Redskins.
My only concern here, because I was initially the same way, and I'm worried because the Redskins did lose 2 of their guards this week, and Paul Richardson, all on injured reserve, and the Bucs front 4 is JPP, Gerald McCoy, Alan Bowe, and Vinny Curry. They should put a lot of pressure on Alex Smith throughout this game, and I don't know. If they can slow down the run, the Bucs should be able to win this because they're going to be able to rush Alex Smith.
I just think if that line gets a push, even with their second stringers, if they get a push on the run play, Adrian Peterson, if he gets those linebackers They're not going to stop him.
Now, are you concerned with Adrian Peterson kind of being like a last year Adrian Peterson and really just falling off for the rest of the year?
He's played great football besides 1 week. I'm not going to write him off.
No,
because
I'm
of
saying
1 week.
you don't think there's going to be any drop off coming up?
No.
I don't know. I'll probably
Frank
go.
Gore's still trucking along, getting 100-yard games.
Yeah, but Frank Gore's always good, man.
Yeah, I think Adrian Peterson, if he didn't miss a whole year and 2 years now because he missed one because of torn ACL and one as a free agent. Now, if he just comes back, he's playing great football. I don't expect him to slow down anytime soon. If he did, I feel like it would already happen. It's already week 10.
Now, on the greatest running back of all time list, would you put Frank Gore above Adrian Peterson or Adrian Peterson above Frank Gore?
I think just because of off the records Frank Gore's broken, you have to put him over there.
Frank Gore's a freak, dude.
But I think if Adrian Peterson had all his years, he probably would have had him beat.
Gore's got to be older than him, right?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
I got to take the Bucs here. I like Fitzmagic. He's going to come in and throw 3 or 4 touchdowns like he always seems to do. He'll turn it over a couple times like he seems to do. And I just trust this Bucs defensive front to really crash in and shut it down behind the scenes. I like the under on 51.5 because Alex Smith isn't going to lead a team to 30 points ever. Moving on, the New England Patriots at Tennessee Titans. The Patriots are laying 7 here, and that's on the road, and the point total is 46.5. Nick, you first.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are just going to blow the Titans out. I know you love the Titans. I think you're hyping them up way too much, and I think the Patriots... Tom Brady's going to pick that defense apart, I think.
I have the Patriots winning this game. I think the Titans could cover the spread here. I can't picture the Titans winning this just because the Patriots are finally realizing how to use weapons like Josh Gordon, who is heating up and for the first time this year hasn't been on the injury report, which means he's feeling fully healthy, and that's not great for any defense. Especially in that back end of the defense where the Titans seem to struggle the most. That could cause a lot of mismatches downfield. Malcolm Butler's not playing great football this year. I looked at it today. Titans have allowed 14 touchdowns all year. 7 of those have been at Malcolm Butler allowing touchdowns, so that's not great. I hope the Titans are able to wrap this one up because they're 4-4 now. I don't want to see them drop to 4-5. 5-4 looks a lot better on the record, but this is probably going to be a Patriots game. You don't think the Titans cover the 7?
No, not at all. I think Tom Brady's literally just going to target Malcolm Butler the whole game.
And especially with Bill Belichick hating that guy.
Yeah. And with Mike Vrabel as the head coach, Bill Belichick's what? I think he has 1 loss to former coaches or something like that the first year they leave. I
don't know, man. Matt Patricia bent him over the barrel this year.
Yeah, I don't...
Belichick's struggling. What about the point total of 46.5?
I'm going to go over.
You're going over on the Malcolm Butler revenge game?
Yeah. I think the Patriots could put up 30 this game.
Man, I do not know. I hope you're wrong, though. Jacksonville Jaguars at Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are laying 3 at home here, and the point total is 46.5 once more.
The Jags, this is a defense that's struggling, and with that, I just think, Marlon Mack's heating up to 100-yard games, and now you have to worry about the Colts running the ball on top of Andrew Luck throwing it. Andrew Luck's getting better every week.
You know what's weird? When I was going through my my write-up, my game picks are up on the website right now. You can head over to sports-dorks.com and check them out. But when I was writing these up today, the biggest difference makers in this game for me have been like the offensive line and running game together and the Colts defense.
Well, yeah,
Think about the past year. You've never had to say that.
Yeah, the Colts haven't allowed a sack in, 17 quarters or something like that?
Yeah, way too many. And you've never had to sit down and go, oh, man, I'm really worried about this Colts defense shutting teams down.
Yeah, I think the Jags are already struggling. I could see this Colts defense getting a few picks on Blake Bortles. They're speedy. They may not be the biggest guys on defense, but they're fast.
I think Leonard Fournette's playing in this game. And I think, if anything, that could cause more problems for the Jags because it makes them much more one-dimensional. They're afraid to throw the ball when he's on the field.
If you're going to beat the Colts, it's probably better to run it at them anyway.
Yeah. Darius Leonard's going to rack up some more tackles. I mean, this defense is playing with a potential defensive rookie of the year. They've got a decent secondary right now. Defensive front's not playing bad. They've got some pass rush, and they can move the ball on the ground. Marlon Mack's been an animal, and Andrew Luck's still Andrew Luck. Even if he's not playing at 100% what he used to be, he's still good enough to...
Well, he was missing a step in the beginning of the year, but now he's really bouncing back.
He's firing off, yeah.
Yeah, he's back to the old Andrew Luck. He's hitting his tight ends like he always has, and Eric Ebron's having an amazing year, too.
Yeah, he is.
So it's just like, the Colts, I think, are like a dark horse for that wild card spot. I could see them sneaking their way up there.
My only concern is at some point every week I sit here and think, oh, man, eventually the Jags defense has to play to what they are, but I can't bank on that, you know?
Not if that locker room's afire, you know?
And you can't bank on a team finally pulling their shit together.
Yeah, because you can have all the stars you want, but this is the definition of having stars on defense, but they're not getting along. And when they're not getting... This is also what happens when you give a mediocre quarterback a big paycheck and not pay the defense.
And not go get a game-winning quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about how different this team would be if they picked up Teddy Bridgewater.
Or anyone, dude.
Teddy Bridgewater would run so cool here, though. And I like the whole backing up your quarterback. The Titans are doing it with Mariota right now, who hasn't had the greatest career, but they're buying into him, and I like that.
If Blake Bortles didn't play the way he did in the playoffs, they wouldn't have...
Yeah, he would be gone. He showed potential to be a legitimate quarterback in that playoff run.
Yeah, and he fooled everyone.
Where Marcus Mariota's kind of showed you what he is the whole time. He's going to make plays when needed, but that's it.
Oh, yeah, and you better hope your defense keeps the score low, because he'll make it on that fourth quarter, 30 seconds left, and you just got the ball back. He's going to score, but you better hope you only need one score.
And you better hope that the score is not over 20, because he's not pushing you far past that.
Bank on him only scoring one touchdown a game. But like, I just think Andrew Luck...
3 total touchdowns last week.
I think Andrew Luck could just... This could be a game where he pops off and really puts the Jags away.
Man, I hope to God he starts racking up some yards, huh?
No, he'll throw...
Stop scoring touchdowns.
No, he'll throw 170 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Which is so annoying, man. We got to get more yards up there. Detroit Lions at Chicago Bears. This game could get very one-sided very quick. The Bears are laying 7, and the point total is at 45. I have no problem laying the 7 with the Bears.
It's hard to say, though, dude. This is, again, a division game.
Yeah, but the Lions lost Golden Tate, and last week seemed to very much struggle with them. And the Bears, while they just played the Bills, they are coming off their hottest game of the season. I think about how much momentum like that matters with a defense, like how riled up they get and how ready they are to just keep dominating. That's exactly how the Jags rode that wave last year.
I don't think Matthew Stafford's going to be a guy who turns the ball over a ton.
No, absolutely not. But I think this is a lot less of a threatening team without Golden Tate.
Yeah, I like, what was it, 7.5?
7 even.
I like the Bears to win. Lions will cover the spread, though. I think this is going to be a close game.
I don't
think the Bears' offense is that hot. And with Matthew Stafford, it's hard to assume he's not going to put up 17, 20 points a game.
That's why I've got this game at 21-13 in favor of the Bears, so it's only 8 points. That's why if I had to go with it, I would probably lay the 7 with the Bears. If this was at 7.5, I'd probably go Lions. That extra half makes it a lot more enticing. The point total at 45. Did you say anything on that?
No, I'll go under on that, I guess. It's hard to go over on a Bears defense.
Yeah, and a Lions team that can run the ball at times. So, like, that clock could get chewed.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals at Kansas City Chiefs.
Yikes.
Right now, this game opened up at 16.5, plus 16.5 for the Cardinals, and still so many people bet on the Chiefs that it almost immediately got bet up to plus 17. So the Cardinals are getting 17 on the road in this game, and the point total is at 49.5.
Dude, I don't even know. David Johnson's going to be able to run the ball, I guess.
Maybe. That Chiefs defense has been playing actual football.
Yeah, but they've still allowed the 9th most, we're going off fantasy. They've allowed the 9th most fantasy points, given up the 9th most fantasy points to running backs.
See, I think a lot of that, though, could have been the earlier games. I mean, there's no way to tell, and if you have David Johnson, you've been kind of pissed all year. This might be a good week for him.
Yeah, because he'll probably score the only touchdown the Cardinals score. Because I could see the Chiefs going up big and Andy Reid pulling starters.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where
Leaving
you can
Pat
do that.
Mahomes in, though, for records, huh? Not really. Andy Reid's not dumb enough to do that.
What if he pulled Pat Mahomes and that's where Andrew Luck starts to creep up in yards?
Dude, I wish. I wish all the yardage leaders got pulled and let Andrew Luck take the helm. I actually don't... I don't know. I hate laying 17 points, and I won't play this game for that reason because 17 is too many. For the sake of this, I will probably, I guess, lean the Cardinals with the points, but you can pretty much lock the Chiefs winning this.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking... Watch this be the second game the Chiefs lose.
My bookie,
Watch the Cardinals come out and shut them out 10-0.
My bookie doesn't have a money line bet up for this game. I think
Which makes sense.
I think they learned their money after that Bills-Vikings game probably, or learned their lesson, because they probably got hit on that, I'd have to guess, if anybody laid any money on the Bills when they were huge dogs. If you can bet on the Chiefs, though, wherever you're betting, which should be my bookie.
No, if you can bet on the Cardinals' money line. If there's a money line for the Cardinals, dude, you got to throw a little bit of money on that if you find a money line for the Cardinals.
I guess. But
That's
if you find a
money
money
well
line,
spent.
if you find a money line for the Cardinals, only make that bet there. Make the rest at mybookie.ag with promo code DORK.
They may have it up by Sunday.
Dude, I don't know. This is what would it be? Plus 1,500?
Plus 30,000.
It would be in the ballpark.
The Rock has a better chance of becoming president than the Arizona Cardinals have of winning this game.
I mean, it would be in the ballpark of 15-1, right?
It has to be.
Like 1,500 odds.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like you can't. I don't know. You can't put that up for that. But Chiefs win.
They have an easy schedule coming up.
And for the point total 49.5, I might go Chiefs just because the Chiefs could score 35 in this game by themselves, and then you just need 2 touchdowns by
Kansas City's strength of schedule. They're not that good.
Kansas City's not that good. They play. This is a little bit of a look-ahead spot, though.
They play
Next Monday night, they play the Rams in Mexico.
Yeah, and then they play the Raiders. They still have to play the Raiders twice, dude.
Dude, that could be game of the year, huh?
Chiefs Raiders.
Yeah. No, Chiefs Rams.
John Gruden, Andy Reid.
Chiefs Rams should be so good, and
Is
those
this
are
2006.
That could be 75-70.
Yeah, maybe. Or the Rams just get so much pressure on Pat Mahomes.
Or 5-2,
Yeah.
which would be so cool.
Or the Rams blow them out.
That would be a terrible football game to watch. Like, I'm all for good defense, but God, that'd be brutal. They would have to play such good defense, dude, because these aren't two teams that'll come out and play bad offense. Moving into the 4 o'clock games, the Los Angeles Chargers at, speaking of which, Nick, your Oakland Raiders.
No.
The Chargers are laying 10.5 on the road here in the Coliseum, and the point total is
No,
at
it's
50.
not the Coliseum. It's a
Huh?
StubHub Center.
No, they're on the road, bro. They're in Oakland. StubHub Center's the Chargers.
Oakland's not the Coliseum.
Oh,
That's
no, wait,
the
that's
Rams.
the Rams. What's the Oakland one,
I
dude?
don't know, the black hole.
Doesn't the Oakland one kind of look like the Coliseum, though, because it's literally a piece of shit falling apart?
Yeah, but the Coliseum
it's
still
pretty
looks
much-
nicer.
Yeah, I guess. I'm talking like the real Coliseum, not the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That's more what I was getting at.
Yeah. Oh, again, the Coliseum still looks nicer.
Probably. It's even got the dirt floor, dude. Yeah, they're in Oakland, and the Chargers are laying 10.5. The Raiders are 10.5.
But also
road
remember,
dogs.
the
Or home
Chargers
dogs.
see away games just as they see home games too.
Yeah, they don't notice the difference.
So they don't care where they play.
They've got 11 fans.
They just go, oh, this one's a short drive away. So I got the Chargers covering. Philip Rivers
The
is
Raiders
gonna
were kind of tanking, right?
Philip Rivers is gonna put up. He's gonna put up 3 touchdowns. Now there's no pass rush at all. So they may actually
Dude,
go.
no. They've got Frosty Rucker.
They may go with 3 offensive linemen in this bad boy.
Frosty
3
Rucker's their
offensive
leading
linemen,
pass rusher.
3 offensive linemen, 2 more tight ends,
Yeah.
and just give Philip Rivers as many targets as he can.
Hunter Henry can play in his torn ACL because
Well,
there's
he
going
can
to
play
be no
this game.
coverage.
Yeah, it's the Raiders. He's not gonna get hit.
This is going to be. This should be like a massacre. I'm all for the whole division game stay close. Chargers will win this and cover.
This is where Philip Rivers puts up too many yards.
I still won't play the 10.5 because I don't like betting against 10.5 point home dogs. That's ridiculous.
But you also have to remember these Chargers too are so good.
And the
With Melvin
Raiders are
Gordon.
just fucking rolling over,
The
dude.
Colts ran for 100 yards on this Raiders defense with Bruce Irvin. Is that his name?
Yeah, Bruce Irvin. Who's
And
now in Atlanta. Big move.
Melvin Gordon, dude, is just he's gonna run for all the yards.
Dude, did we even get there, or did I just not talk about it? Did they not? Oh, I guess the Saints might be on a bye week. Oh, no, they played the Bengals. We didn't talk about it. Des Bryant's on the Saints now.
Yeah, I
Forgot to bring that up.
don't think that's as big of a deal as people are making it out
I
to
think
be.
that can be huge, dude. That's another weapon to pair there. They've got, so many
But
weapons
now it's getting to the point where can you have all these weapons on the field at the same time?
Oh, but they don't need to. They don't ever have to put a tired receiver out.
Like, are they just gonna take Drew Brees out of the game when Taysom Hill comes in now
I don't see why they wouldn't.
and put Dez in that spot?
Give Taysom Hill the fucking most loaded receiver core.
Exactly.
Dude, he's going to be in a good spot when Brees retires. I hope he's still the guy. Like, I hope Taysom Hill takes over and he turns into, like, the next Vic.
For like 2 years.
Dude, I'll take it. That'd be 2 fun years to watch him and Pat Mahomes battle it out in the Super Bowl twice in a row. Oh, man, I lost my spot because I got too excited. Where are we?
There you go, next game. Oh, for the Chargers, I got the Chargers covering spread and winning. And what's the money line? What's the point total?
50.
Oh, yikes. I'm going to go under.
I'm going under. I don't think the Raiders score enough.
Yeah, I don't think they can score enough points.
Because what are they going to do? Run the ball to DeAndre Washington?
Maybe.
Or throw it to Jordy Nelson?
Oh, God.
Like, this team's... It's a laughing stock of a team.
They're literally in the 10-year plan.
I would absolutely love to watch the Raiders and Bills play a game against each other.
But how funny would it be if
Who do you think wins that?
If the Raiders kept John Gruden around for 10 years, and that 10th year, he just 14-2 wins the Super Bowl.
And they sign him for 10 more, dude. And he trades everyone away. He goes, once every 10 years, we're going to be unstoppable.
Trust me. These aren't my guys. And they're like, you've been here the last 10 years.
No, this is a horrible football team, dude.
Yeah.
The only reason the Bills are worse, I think, is because of their quarterback. Derek Carr's at least a good quarterback.
And Josh Allen has tennis elbow for the next 42 weeks.
I can't wait till he comes back. I love watching him
If he ever
play.
comes back, dude, that may be career-ending.
No, you leave him alone. He's my favorite rookie.
Name a bigger bitch.
Sam Darnold getting hurt's really fucking my rookie of the year candidacy.
Well, yeah, especially since he was in
after
a boot.
a 4-pick game.
He was in a boot today, and they're like, yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he went from a 4-pick game to being in a boot. I don't know. So this is great.
To benched.
That ticket's
Or injured.
That ticket's gone. If you want tickets to a good game, Miami Dolphins at Green Bay Packers, 4:25 on November 11th. Nick, right now the Packers are laying 10.5 at home, and the point total's at 47.5.
Green Bay wins, covers, and goes over.
You think the Packers cover the 10.5? I think the Dolphins keep this game close, dude.
No.
I don't think the Packers are as good as everyone wants to pretend they are right now.
This is a team that lost to the Rams by 2 points.
This team that just got embarrassed by the Patriots too, though.
Yeah, but that's the Patriots.
It lives or dies off of if Aaron Rodgers can throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, pretty much.
Yeah, and this
The
is a
rest
game
of
where
this
he
team's
could.
nothing. My big concern here, like, there's two things that lined up for me. The Packers are coming off that embarrassing loss, so Aaron Rodgers could come out and play like a monster. And Rashad Jones did bench himself last week, so there's probably going to be some disciplinary action by the Dolphins, and he might miss some snaps. And he's a huge part of that defense.
And the Packers, they moved the ball a little bit on the ground, and that was against a solid Patriots run defense.
Yeah, but if Rashad Jones is out there, I feel like that's a huge neutralizer for Aaron Jones. He's one of the top run-stopping safeties in the league. No one gives him the love he deserves because he's on.
Nobody gives any Dolphins.
Because he's on the Dolphins, but he's a freak.
Another guy who's hurt with tennis elbow for 32 more weeks.
Did you hear he might be coming back against the Colts?
Indy, yeah. Fuck it, we'll beat him with Ryan Tannehill.
Dude, is Ryan Tannehill much better than the Brocket? Like,
I don't
real
know.
talk. He used to be, but is he?
I don't know. This Dolphins team has a lot of work.
Especially because I think Adam Gase hates him now.
Who, Ryan Tannehill or Brockett?
Yeah, no, Ryan Tannehill.
Why?
Because remember when Ryan Tannehill fucking like 10 minutes before the game went, Coach, I don't think I can play. I'm sore. And then the reporters asked him about it, and he's like, I'm sick of answering questions about this guy. He was all pissed off, and he's like, if you wanna know, just go ask him. I feel like if I'm a head coach and we're all slotted and you're supposed to play and you come up to me 10 minutes before and you go, Coach, my shoulder's feeling a little bit sore, I would hate you.
And then he's been out for 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this was a last-minute soreness, and now you're not playing ever again. That the Dolphins got...
Is
really,
Ryan Tannehill
really
the smartest quarterback of all time?
No, dude, Sam Bradford is.
I don't know, dude. Ryan Tannehill may be rivaling him.
Sam Bradford's made $130 million, dude.
Ryan Tannehill's on pace to do that.
Not that much, because he restructured his contract to make dirt money to stay on the team this year.
Why? The Dolphins... Oh, because the Dolphins...
They were going to let him walk,
Dolphins,
dude.
yeah, Dolphins are going, we're not giving you money. There's a rookie out there, and we know it.
Yeah, they're like, because they could have traded up. I think that's one of the reasons they didn't, though, dude. Because they thought, like, with him agreeing to restructure, they're like, oh, man, he's got to believe he's going to be able to play.
But then the
like that
Dolphins
could've
also
affected them.
decided not to get a line either with a quarterback who's fragile.
Yeah, but they drafted Minko, who's having a nice little rookie season.
Yeah, but they didn't get an
short
offensive
term,
line.
you know, short term. You got to look at the it's a glass half full scenario. I like the Dolphins to cover the 10.5 here, but I do think the Packers will win, and I'll probably go under 47.5.
He's not coming back to week 12.
Yeah, against the Colts.
Yeah, and you'll see Tannehill and Andrew Luck, the battle of the quarterbacks, huh?
Battle of the cast.
Seattle Seahawks at Los Angeles Rams. Right now the Rams are laying 10 at home, and the point total is 50.5.
This is a game you don't want to play if you're the Seahawks, because the Rams just lost.
That's what
they're
I
gonna
thought
bounce
too.
back, and I think this is gonna be a hard fought game. Russ is gonna keep the Seahawks in this. I don't see the Seahawks losing by 10, but I don't see them winning the game.
Yeah, I have the Rams to cover, or the Rams to win, Seattle to cover.
And it's an NFC West game.
Yep. I have Rams win, Seattle covers over on 50.5. My big concern here, like, I understand the revenge angle, but I am a big believer in those look-ahead spots, and the Rams they have to be looking ahead to the Chiefs at least a little bit here. That is a huge game after just losing to the Saints, and this is, like, the Chiefs are their next real red-hot competition. That's something you do think about.
But you're also going to look to just destroy your division.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And I think Sean McVay's got the brain to
And Wade
do
Phillips
both.
is smart enough
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
both. And Bones there, what I can't think of it, John Fassel or whatever his name is, the special teams coach. Like, that's the best coaching staff in the NFL, hands down. So they will have their guys prepared.
Is that game on Monday night?
The Chiefs one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then I think they have plenty of time. I think they won't.
I mean, they have the extra day, but for me, this defense has struggled, and
I think
it's a big concern to figure out how to stop the Chiefs.
I think there's more concern about getting the Rams out of that game and into Mexico before, more than the game planning.
This is the most excited I've been for the playoffs ever, because I can't wait to see some of these teams just keep playing each other.
Yeah, like the Colts sneak in the wild card spot and upset everyone.
No way, man.
They could.
Unless the
9-7.
Unless the Titans beat them late.
9-7.
And knock them out. As expected, the NFC East faces off in the Sunday night game. Nick, are we ever gonna have a Sunday? Are we ever gonna have primetime games that don't involve the NFC
Is
East?
there ever going to be a night game where it's not Jerry Jones on TV?
Dude, I don't think so. We at least like one or two of the primetime games belong to the NFC East every week.
Which makes sense. They probably have the biggest, by far the biggest fan bases.
But it's like I can only watch the boring ass Cowboys play so many times. They're not a fun team to watch play football.
They're so boring.
They are not a fun team by any means. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, and right now the Eagles are laying 7.5 at home.
And I think Carson Wentz is just going to go, oh, shut up, Dak, and just throw for
And the point
many
total's
touchdowns.
at 43. I have been all against the Eagles making a run, and I think
But
I'm going to
they're
have to
kind of-
back down from that right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of been making a run since Carson Wentz came back.
Carson Wentz is getting back to form every week.
Yeah.
He's looking great. The Eagles just picked up Golden Tate, which is going to add a big thing for
Yeah.
them. Darren Sproles is back.
Yeah.
They've got all the pieces are lining up, and this is going to be one of those things where they make another run towards the end of the season, take the division, and then it's the whole fucking scenario all over again. Carson Wentz gets hurt. Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl.
No, I hope not.
That'd be so annoying because I've had enough Eagles fans for a little bit. What about with the 7.5 against the spread?
I still think the Eagles cover that. I don't think the Cowboys can physically score enough points to keep up.
I literally, in this write-up, said the Cowboys are getting plus 7.5 against the spread in this game, and it would honestly take a lot more than that to get me on board. They have to get
10 at least.
10.5 is a different story. I have Philly winning this game 28-15. I feel like that's a low. I feel like the Eagles will score around 28 to 35.
Again, this is a division game, and the Eagles fans and team hates the Cowboys.
Dude, and the Cowboys are just a bad football team.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke, they have a great running back. I like Amari Cooper. He looked great in his debut as a Cowboy, and their defense is sneaky great.
Even the passes Amari Cooper were catching were within 15 yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Dak can't throw the ball more than 15 yards.
No, and Amari Cooper is, lately best within 15 yards because he can run those cutting routes where he gets open. And the defense is great, so it lines up to be a close-scoring game. But there's something about the Cowboys that's not there, and I think it falls solely on the shoulders of Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan.
Oh, no, never mind.
Those are two. That's a terrible head coach, terrible offensive coordinator. Jason Garrett might be one of the bottom 5 coaches in the league.
Dude, I just got facts from one of the NFL meme pages because it talked about how he just signed a contract extension. I was going to send it to you before I looked at the name, and I just got locked in my brain that he signed a contract extension.
No. He definitely
did not.
He did not. He might be gone this year.
He should.
And, of course, so wait, are we on the same page? Eagles win, Eagles cover 7.5. Point total at 43. How do you feel?
Over, just because Cowboys are going to score and the Eagles could do the rest.
I'm out under just because these teams. I could see it going either way as far as this point total goes because both of these teams have the defense, but they've both got the offense. It is lower than you'd expect.
Hey, we got the closest thing you can get to a toilet bowl.
And speaking of the NFC East and primetime games, the New York Giants on Monday night travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Now, Nick, the Giants and 49ers seem to play almost every year, and every year it's in fucking California, which is beyond annoying.
And
it's always in
all
California.
you think about
is Kyle Williams fumbling that ball in the rain. Yeah.
And the little girl who sent him an okay letter that you hate that little girl.
Yeah, I hate that little girl.
Because you think he should have got the death threats.
He got a lot of death threats. Kyle Williams got a lot of death threats for fumbling that ball, and it was rightful.
Your boy,
don't
though.
fumble that ball, dude.
Your boy's playing.
That's so vague.
Nicky.
Oh, Nick Mullins. Big Dick Nick is what George Kittle and Richard Sherman call him.
Okay, get it.
I guess every guy named Nick is nicknamed Big Dick Nick after they do something cool. Yeah, but you have yet to do something cool during the nickname, you know?
Yeah, that's why they call me Nick Mullins.
So you gotta go throw a baseball mad far.
No, they call me Nick Mullins.
For now, and then once you do something cool, you get promoted.
Yeah. That's how the statuses of Nick work.
It's weird that everyone called Nick Foles Nick Mullins for mad long.
No, whenever you get the nickname Big Dick Nick, somebody else has to take your name. The next to the throne.
The next Nick.
So
has to move up.
I'm now Nick Mullins.
I mean, this is
Kyle Shanahan's going to
out
scheme the Giants.
And I wish this game was in New York because as soon as they play a game in New York, I'll go. I want to see them play. But for some reason...
You want to see the Nick Mullins-led 49ers?
Dude, I'd be stoked. I'd be all on board with it. I'd rather see Jimmy G, obviously, but that's not possible. And again, I think every time they play a New York team, they're just going to keep scheduling it in California, which I get because, if you're a New York team and you get sent to California, that's nice. It's nice weather.
But
sunshine.
I think
the 49ers are laying 3.5 at home here, and the point total's at 44.
Okay. The 49ers are going to win and cover, and I think one of the big problems is DeForest Buckner is so underrated, and the Giants have a terrible offensive line. And DeForest Buckner is going to gobble Eli Manning up this whole game.
I have the 49ers winning. I went the Giants with the points just because I'm worried about OBJ here. I understand Eli's not going to have the most time to throw the ball. We have a horrible secondary, man.
Well, it's not a horrible secondary, dude. You're just on your fourth string corner.
Richard Sherman's playing great football for a guy who's older and coming off of so many leg injuries.
And he's hurt again.
Yeah, and he's still banged up. I love looking at the 49ers injury report, and pretty much everyone on both sides of the ball was limited in practice.
Any recognizable name
is hurt, but then Richard Sherman, it's he was sore all week. Both running backs, it's yeah, they shouldn't be playing, but we're literally out of options. It's one of those things, and they're really on their last leg. But
they have a 53-man IR.
Akello Witherspoon said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So he's excited about covering OBJ. And dude, I hope to God he's not the guy assigned to cover OBJ. Akello Witherspoon looked promising last year, has really struggled this year, and if it's one-on-one with him and OBJ is going to absolutely torch him.
Unless Eli doesn't get time to throw the ball.
Or unless Akello, he has that raw talent. He can play. I hope this somehow brings the best out of him. Eli's not going to have time to throw the ball a lot, but you can't sack him every play.
What if he's the guy who shuts down OBJ?
I would love it. That'd be great. But I had to take the Giants with the points just because I could see this coming to a field goal game just because that secondary, I can't trust them.
Well, and Saquon's still going to run for 82 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to be able to move the ball at times. The 49ers defense struggles.
Well, this is one of those games. If the Giants line plays a good game, they could beat the 49ers.
They could win.
But if their line
convincingly.
If their line plays any way like they have all year, then there's a good chance the 49ers win.
Because DeForest Buckner's either going to be all over him constantly in Eli's face, or it's just going to be Eli having all day to throw against a bad secondary with a superstar offense.
Or that Marsh kid, too, getting in there.
Cassius Marsh is looking good, and if he can stop doing that kick every time he gets a tackle, that'd be awesome.
Because you're so worried about him getting hurt.
And it's so obnoxious. That's fun. It's cool the first time. It's dude, you're fucking flexible and you're the karate master. And then, a couple hits or sacks in, it's I love the sacks, but stop doing that. But I am worried if he has time to throw the ball. This secondary might not hang in there, but Nick Mullins might be able to win a shootout.
Jesus Christ.
You're still not buying into him?
No. Who did the 49ers play last week?
The Raiders, dude.
Yeah, this is why I'm not buying into him.
Yeah, but he fucking carved them up, man. He carved them up. You're not buying into the Titans. You're not buying into Nick Mullins.
I'm not buying into your third-string quarterback.
Oh, let me figure out how to write upside-down tweets, and I'm going to call out my haters. Nick.
Just do at Nick Kappas.
No, I need upside-down tweets first. I'll reach out to Lev Belham when I go back. Fucking mad for it. Went to high school together. All right, but those are our locks.
He's 28.
Yeah, dude.
How bad was he at high school?
Well, that's why he's so good at running back now. He had a lot of practice.
Against high school kids?
Yeah, you can really fine-tune your skills. You can find the best bets over on the website in my Week 10 picks article. Again, that's at sports-dorks.com. And keep in mind, these are all before the Friday injury reports, so keep up. I tweet all of my bets lately. We even started dabbling in basketball. So check me out on Twitter at Timothy J. Chura, Nick at Nick Kappas. He doesn't really tweet out his picks, but he tweets funny cat gifs.
No, I don't. That's not true.
Find us on iTunes and Google Play and YouTube and SoundCloud at Sports Dorks Podcast, Facebook at Sports-Dorks, Twitter at SportsDorks_, Instagram at SportsDorks_, Tim _Chura, and Nick Kappas. Thanks for taking the hour with us.